Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 Black Ice with me, Alpha Pi Omega, in German Reich. So unfortunately today I'm gonna record only one episode because I had a really long day at work and it's well past 1 o'clock in the night. So yeah, only one episode, but I still want to see what's gonna happen next as much as you guys, so before I head to bed I'm gonna do this one episode. But for today, we planned to start moving our troops into position for the war with Poland, but in the end I decided that I'm going to start a bit differently, and that is answering some of the comments that I read today. Now I tried answering most of them, and I wanted to mention how grateful I am for every single one of your insights and information. Some of them were really interesting, so just keep them coming. Whatever hits your mind, please feel free to talk to me. This is what makes it fun for me. But some of the comments I think are worth mentioning here and explaining a bit at large because they are really interesting. So first of all, Lucius666 asked me about the flying boats. He mentioned that he thinks they would be a good addition to our Air Force, to the Luftwaffe, and I told him that I don't think so because, and of course I clicked the wrong place, because I think that they are not that good. And I was looking at it from the standpoint of their unique ability to lay mines, but I investigated that and their mine laying is lowered to meager 0.01. So about 100 of these airplanes can have the same effect in mine laying as one ship with a simple single mine laying equipment. So that didn't seem that good, but he mentioned that he would expect them to be useful for other stuff as well, and I'll be honest, I never really considered that. So I checked them and they are not very good. When we compare them to the same level naval bombers, who actually kind of interestingly can also lay mines. Interesting. Well, a new ability for them. They are weaker in naval targeting and they are weaker in naval attack, and compared to the ones that we are using now, they are even worse because we are having pretty good naval bombers. Yeah, our naval attack is 13, theirs is 7.4, our naval target is 8.9, there is 5.9. But Lucius kind of ticked me off, or made me realize that they could be useful for some other things as well, and that is their range is unbelievable. They got nearly 2,300 kilometer in range. Now the previous versions also have a massive range, but these flying boats can reach nearly 2.3 thousand kilometers. Now when we look at the current naval bombers that we have here, their range is roughly 1,200 kilometers, and you can see how far they can reach. So the flying boats could pretty much reach all the way to Shetland, most likely even cover most of the western approaches, the Gulf of Biscay, and if we get them to Denmark or Norway, they could fairly reasonably reach even the Denmark Strait. So that opens a different avenue of usefulness for them. Think about them having them somewhere around here in Western France and being able to bomb North Atlantic Ridge. Think of the American Navy or the British convoys that could be destroyed just by being hit by the naval bombers so far out there. So I'm not gonna put them on the menu right now, but he really had a good point, and I'm thinking that this might actually be amazing. Wow, these guys go even further. Damn. I actually haven't checked what the strategic bombers though would be like compared to that. So strategic bombers are on the way here. Range 1600. 1800, 1700. Yeah, they never really reached that far. Well, with the exception of the Messerschmitt 264, which is probably the longest range I can imagine. Okay, well, these flying boats might be worth researching and putting up. I mean, we will probably never have more than one air wing of 100 of them. But even if we schedule, say, 50 of them and send them out on naval strikes, that would be pretty good, and maybe they could do some decent damage. So, thank you, Lucius, for pointing that out. I really did not consider that before, and I will keep it at mind. Next, Karl Windorf had a really good point, which was so obvious, and I knew about it, but I never really used it. He mentioned that I can change the insignia of the armies, and really, I never really thought about it. I never really done it. I knew that you could, but his point was so obvious that I just did it. So the Heeresgruppe A now has 2 infantry armies, 1 Panzer army, and 1 Gebirgsarmee. The Heeresgruppe Deutschland, or Heeresgruppe D, has 2 garrison armies. 1 is of the regular garrisons, and 1 is the Waffen-SS garrisons. Then we have the Heeresgruppe West, which has the 5th Infantry Army. Heeresgruppe B has 1 infantry army and 1 motorisierte army. And the last one is the Army Group 1, which I actually haven't changed. So we are going to change it now. And we just call it the 71st Marine Army. I actually took the time and checked on Wikipedia. So the Marines in German Reich was called Marinestoßtrupp. They were companies, so Marinestoßtruppen Company. But as we have full-on divisions now with 9,000 on each of them, I decided to call them a Marinestoßtrupp Division. So as this is an army as well, we are going to give them the same symbol as they should have. Okay, I want this... Can we get it slightly wider? Yeah. Same as that, and it is going to be... Unfortunately, there is no possible symbol here for only army. Okay, well, we have to put it as an... No, actually, there is... 4 axes is army. I thought that 3 axes were army. Okay, cool. So we have them, and that color does not match at all. Okay, that's slightly better, but it's still gonna irk me. Okay, so we have it now very easily readable, and I'm happy for that. I mean, so, Karl Windorf, thank you very much. So obvious. Then, UNR actually mentioned one thing that was my mistake, and spot on. He mentioned that one of the either Panzer divisions or infantry motorized divisions template has a signal company which is not motorized, and that is my mistake. I should have made them motorized and I just added a regular one. So we need to change it now immediately, because this one just drags down our max speed. So if we just put this one on, it increases soft attack, hard attack, defense by actually 4 and breakthrough by 1.2, and gives us extra initiative, and I think it also increases organization by 0.1. Yeah, so we're gonna pay for that by 10 XP, but it just has to be done. So let's do it. I like it mentioned that I should do the west wall. I think that he didn't mean to research it, but he mentioned that I should actually physically do it. Now, a west wall takes 28 days to build the forts that you need, and I plan to do it, but I'm gonna do it in June and then in July, so that we don't waste the production at this point. We're gonna do it slightly later. However, thinking about it, we're not really doing that much that couldn't wait, so yeah, I'm gonna do the first one now so I don't forget, and we're gonna do the one later at the beginning of the war. But thank you for the reminder. I was planning it, but it's always good to point it out. And last but not least, Hamstra mentioned that the Tauchpanzer that we discussed in one of the previous episodes was actually a real live plan or thing that the Germans wanted to do. And very correctly, it is here as a variant of the Panzerkampfwagen 2, the Panzerkampfwagen 3, and Panzerkampfwagen 4. All of these were considered for the Sea Löwe operations, and there were some prototypes built and tested. Quite interestingly, these were not amphibious tanks, but they were actually like dive tanks. They had, they were completely insulated. They were pretty much tank submarines. They were supposed to be dropped into the sea, not far away from the landing zone, and then they would just roll on the bottom of the sea and come out. So if we do the Sea Löwe operation, we will definitely need to do them. So thank you, Hamster, for reminding me about that. Sometimes I say something about this video during these videos, or see something during these videos that I forget about. So when you guys point it out like this, it makes it easier for me to remember in between episodes during my civilian life and check it out. Okay, anyway, I guess that's all for now. So we can unpause the game, let it run for a bit. We have some unfulfilled import request, and I don't know why. Is it wrong or is it not? It's not wrong. Okay, so there's not enough rubber here, and it was the second one. Venezuela wasn't giving me enough oil. Okay, I'll take oil from nowhere, obviously. Then I guess Republic of China could provide me with some in the meantime. And we're gonna have to start thinking about how we are going to attack Poland. So we get a bunch of armies here. Most of them are very well equipped. It is actually pretty worthy of noting that during the invasion of Poland, many of the German divisions were not fully equipped, and I think that like 25% of divisions that participated in the attack on Poland were considered heavily under-equipped by the Wehrmacht command. So we are doing way better. We'll probably invade with less troops than Germany did historically, but we are going to have them prepared better. So light tanks we know about, light vehicles we know about, so everything is fine, that's great. And we finished the fuel refining tool, which should give us the ability now to go and get the rubber processing. Yes, that's gonna speed up the synthetic rubber refinery construction speed by 5% and give us an extra output. All for autarky. All for autarky. Anything else that we might want to get here? No, this is way ahead of time. Antibiotics are great, but not for now. Improved blood transfusion gives division recovery rate. We need to remember that. That is really good. Improved military logistics gives army fuel capacity. Okay, that's not bad at all. Especially since we are doing so good on fuel. I'll have to cut some of the fuel imports because we are doing way too good on fuel. So anyway, let's go with the rubber processing. I don't think there's anything else that we want that would be better at this time. Now we are already producing some rubber. We are extracting 8 rubber in Rhineland, and I don't know if it's an extraction or if we actually do have rubber factories in there. Rhineland. Nope, it truly is rubber production. So we could improve that. Okay, so we got 8, and we're gonna get 6 extra plus 2. That's gonna be okay. That's gonna be 16, and we are consuming 31. Yep, this is looking pretty good. The rubber is gonna be fine. Fuel is gonna be fine as well. So we can be happy about that. Okay, back to the plans on the attack. Plans for the attack on Poland. Now the Heeresgruppe Deutschland is gonna stay as it is, which is covering the entirety of Germany, which is actually not doing because we now have more territory. So let's spread you out slightly better. We're gonna have the Waffen SS spread only around the coast. Now there's not that many of them to actually protect our coast, but just for good measure. And we have finished the flag defenses 1. Okay, they just give us flag defense. Okay, so 2 anti-air has been constructed in Westfalen, 2 in Weser Ems, 2 in Hanover, and 2 in Schleswig-Holstein or Holstein. So we're going to continue down the line and get the second one. And we can check where we got them. Okay, so the north that's going to be the most vulnerable is actually being upgraded first. That's great. Cool. So we had the Heeresgruppe West. So you guys are going to be stationed at the border with France, because that's going to be your whole functionality here. So Heeresgruppe West is going to protect the border with France. Now we got the Heeresgruppe Deutschland, that's the one that protects us. Then we got Heeresgruppe A and Heeresgruppe B. Well, the Heeresgruppe B has the motorisierte army, it has the infantry army, and the Heeresgruppe A has 1 infantry army, first infantry army, second infantry army, third panzer army, and fourth Gebirgsarmee. Now I'm gonna do a little shuffle here. The third panzer army is going to be added to the Heeresgruppe B, while the 7th infantry army is gonna be moved to the Heeresgruppe A, meaning that the Heeresgruppe A is going to consist of infantry armies and the Gebirgsarmee, and the Heeresgruppe B is going to consist of the 6th Motorisierte Army, which has 5 divisions, and of the 3rd Panzer Army. And then I'm going to do one more thing, which is I'm going to split the 3rd Panzer Army. We actually have a ton of panzers. So we're going to split this one and take the 5th, 7th, oh actually let's do it by name. So let's take the 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th Panzer Army, Panzer Division, and the 5th and 22nd Leichte Division. That's too much, isn't it? Like so. 1, 2, 3. No, you get 4 divisions. I was doing it correctly. So the 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th Panzer Division, and 5th and 22nd Leichte Division, and we're going to create a new army here, added to the Heeresgruppe B, and you are going to be called, now that's the question, you are 71st Marine Army, 3rd, 6th, 5th, I think 7th is the last one. Yep, so you guys are gonna be called the 8th Panzer Army. And we are going to assign no one else but Erwin Rommel himself to command you. So this is gonna be the group that's going to be aggressively advancing on the Polish targets, because they are the best that we can provide. While the infantry armies are going to hold the border and basically work on demand, meaning that they will have their plans, but I will never activate them, while I will have the active plans going for these armies, because they can handle that. So what I mean by this is going to become very soon obvious. So how many border provinces do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. 7 divisions we can assign the 7th Infantry Army here, which you are going to hold only these 7 provinces, and the 71st Marine Army is going to hold this area because they will attack across the river towards Danzig and this territory. Göring's 4-year plan. The Göring's 4-year plan, okay, that's the same thing that we read every single time, and we have a new thing here. Factory output increased by 1%. Infrastructure, airbase, railway, and arsenal plant construction speed gets a bonus. Cool. So the Marines will have an offensive line like this. You guys, where are you? Here, already walking. You are going to have an offensive plan like this, but we are not going to activate it. It's just going to be there for good measure. Now the 3rd Panzer Army under command of Heinz Guderian has the weaker panzer divisions, doesn't it? Yeah, these are the templates that are created by the game. Foreign peace deals, Yugoslavia, sure. So we're gonna put Guderian's army on. These are points, right? Yep. So Guderian is going to be down here. His 3rd Panzer Army is going to be located in this area, and your attack orders are going to be like this. Cool. While the stronger divisions that Rommel has will actually be located here, and your attack is going to be led like this, because we want to cut the Danzig off. We don't want them to have the possibility to reinforce it or hold it. So we're going to cut Danzig from 2 sides, encircle the divisions that will be there, and eliminate them very early in the war. Now the Heeresgruppe A with all of their armies are just going to cover the territory logically. So Johannes Blaskowitz, actually he participated in the attack on Warsaw, so he should be somewhere further south, but in this case I'm gonna leave him over there. You guys can go over here, and that actually means that we've had the Gebirgsjäger. I'm just gonna keep you like this. I'd like you to advance this way. Yeah, that makes sense. So that puts divisions in place. You guys have no orders. You guys have orders over there. Oh, and we still have the motorized division. Okay, so let's put you guys at the same place that we put the tanks, and you're gonna have the same initial war goal as the other guys. So this way we will have basically 4 ways of attack. One in the north, one here towards the river near Lodz, one in the south, and one from both sides against Danzig. If we manage to encircle and destroy these divisions in the north, we can then swoop down, which we are going to probably do still with the divisions that we are going to have here in, this is Ostpreußen? Yeah, Ostpreußen. The tanks and the motorized divisions should be able to destabilize this part so fast that they will have no trouble crossing the river and advancing through Lodz to Warsaw. And the Gebirgsjäger are just gonna fight in the south, holding as many enemy divisions as possible. Now, I don't expect this war to be, drastic, or some other way holding us back, but we'll see how it's gonna go. So you guys are just gonna go here. You two are going to support in here. And Let's send you over there as well. Now we'll have our fighters busy in this area. Actually, I think that this will not. No, that should support them. But we don't plan on attack, so then that should be a defensive fight. So can I add another? Do we have 50 Corsair supports that we could add? Oh yes, we do. Nice. Okay, so we've already ramped up the production. So you guys are gonna drill, and then later on you are going to provide Corsair support in the west. What was it? West South Germany? Yeah, West South Germany. That's a weird name. We finished the tank armor here, or an improved tank armor actually, which is great. Though, unless we design some of our tanks alone, that is not gonna happen. Add-on armor, huh? Okay. Purchase of design. Is there anything here that we could get that would move us towards? Because one thing that I truly wonder is if there are things here, like there is the Sturmpanzer 2 here. Oh yeah, there is Panzerjäger here. So we would need Panzerkampfwagen 1 superstructure. And there's the Flakpanzer 1, the Sturmpanzer 1. Now Marder is where? Marder is all the way down here, 1941. So I think it might be worth investigating how good the Panzerjäger 1 is. So you need superstructure and an improved cannon. So can we do something like that? Okay, this is the cannon. And where's the Panzer 1 superstructure? Oh, here's the better ammo. Was extra piercing. Here it is. Panzerkampfwagen 1 superstructure. Okay, so let's work with the cannon here. It's 4.7 centimeter. Pak 38 Czechish. Is that it? So we don't waste time on something we don't need. Yeah. That's the culprit that we need for the first good anti-tank. So let's get it. I really want to put the tank destroyers up for construction as soon as possible because they really will probably be useful later on. Arms deal. Let's sell. And I can't really be sure, but I'm pretty sure that even the Panzerjäger 1 should be really good. Yeah, we can't see it. That sucks. I would like to see what stats it has. Logistic Company 2 has been finished, which gives us a neat little bonus. And also gives us a logistic detachment motorized. We didn't have access to that. We had a car one. Interesting. Motorized. Supply usage by 15%, fuel usage by 5. 11 and 5. Okay, so this one is better. Maintenance company. Mechanized and engineers. Yeah, I think we're gonna go with the engineers because the entrenchment is really not bad, but the signal company recovery initial. Yeah, let's go with signal company. The tanks will need it. But I really think that we are doing so good on everything here that we might actually start considering throwing in more infantry divisions. What vehicles? Okay, then we're gonna go like this. More infantry means more coverage. Okay, recruiting an operative. Oh, and we finished the anti-partisan. Okay, let's get another one done. I forgot about that. How's Bohemia doing? Okay, their compliance is now at 24.5%, which gives us access to 53.5 of their factories. The resistance is 8.1%. Not really all that high, which is good. And it's gonna go lower once the suppression goes better. So we get the improved submarine engine. Happy to get that one. Not that it would do us that much good. Improved light naval AA. Some guns, batteries. I really want the shell dies, and I really want the systematic damage control, but those will take so long. So long to get. The glossing. 341. Better large cruiser. You know what? Let's get the large cruiser into war. I mean, we are not planning any shenanigans right now with cruisers anyway, but... Which reminds me, what about the Kriegsmarine? Are we still upgrading? Yeah, we are still upgrading. And we are upgrading at a nice pace. So here's the last Zerstörer. So you can train together. We have the escorts here. So you guys can drill. And where's the rest of you? Or is the rest... No, you are here. You're not supposed to be there. You are supposed to go over here. So flag defense 2 gives us 2 anti-air in Niederbayern, 2 anti-air in Hessen, and 2 anti-air in Franken, and 2 anti-air in Thüringen. So the last one will give us 4 anti-air in Rhineland, 4 in Saarland, and 4 in Mosselland, which are incidentally the heaviest bombed areas, as we have most factories there, don't we? Definitely in Rhineland. Rhineland is a nightmare. Do we have a... Yeah, we'll have a radar coverage here. A pretty good one from Mosselland. So once we get the decimetric radar... How long? 85 days. Yeah, that's not gonna come in time. But we'll manage. We'll manage. It's not gonna be really hard. So how's the supply situation looking? Italy pursues closer bonds with us. Okay, this is bad. Are we getting any attrition here? Nope. But the supply situation is not great. What about you guys? No attrition, but supply status is bad. But that is still fine. As long as you can keep it like this, it's gonna be fine. So, Italy pursues closer bonds with Germany. Italy and Germany have expressed many conflicting interests, particularly in Austria and the Balkans. This has not, however, prevented the countries' foreign policies growing ever friendlier towards each other, and negotiations are underway for a pact that will protect common interests. If negotiations are successful, we could see an alliance that will be able to exert great influence in Central and Eastern Europe. Well, no kidding. No kidding. Okay, and you guys are pretty much done. So that means we will have to put some more anti-air here manually. Actually, there is one more anti-air after this one. No, there's actually 2. Mecklenburg, East Berlin, West Berlin, Brandenburg, Oderbein, Württemberg, Fringen, Baden. Oh, okay. So none in here. So basically everything except the border regions of Rhineland, Mosselland, and Saarland is gonna have just 2. So that means... Means I should actually add more in here too. And make it probably a priority. A big priority, to be quite honest, because they have no flank defenses there. Now, I don't expect the Allied bombers to reach Berlin and territories like that, not in the beginning of the war, but who knows? It is scary out there. It truly is. So can we deploy some more units? So we could refit the 5th Panzer Division. Logistic company, it wants to add the Czech tanks. Do we have any Czech tanks? Cavalry tanks. We do have the old ones. Well, let's do it. Let's refit it. If it gives us some extra light tanks back, I'm all for it. Arms sale. Yes, go ahead, give me that political power. So upgrades to the 5th Panzer Division. With the new Panzer III and IV technologies research, the new Panzer III and Panzer IV comes available for the Panzer Division. Panzer III and IV will be added to the OOB. Not sure what that is. Also, the engineers were trained in more offensive doctrines and are refitted as combat engineers. Refit the 5th Panzer Division. You will need to get equipment max 50% experience of 14. Change division template. Okay, let's refit them and see what is happening there. So is this the 10th Panzer Division cavalry tank and light tank? That doesn't match the description at all. But this is fine, we got extra cavalry tanks there, so I'm fine. Actually, we have enough fuel now, so I think you guys can start drilling, which ought to consume a bit of that fuel. We are storing rubber fairly well. Happy with that. And Rommel can get Panzer 2. And Panzer 3. Okay. So consuming some of the fuel, I forgot to cancel that, but that doesn't matter. Okay, so Westwall has been finished. We got forts here now, but not enough. I think I'm gonna do it one more time, which is gonna give us additional huge amount of factories after 40 days. But it's going to consume 16 factories. Well, I think we need it though. Oh, and here are the promotions after 1st of August. So Fedor von Bock, Gerd von Rundstedt, Wilhelm Ritter will become field marshals. So that means we still miss 2. Okay. So I shouldn't have spent that command power, but we're getting a decent amount per day, so we'll have that. You guys have all drilled? Let me see. No, we're gonna miss 1, just 1, 3 and 1. Okay, then we can get 1 extra. That is fine. Okay, the tank's finished drilling, which tells me I can kill this fuel imports. Soviet Union's got quite a lot of extra fuel for us. If we need it, that's good to know. So 5 defenses 3 have been done, which means that we got 4 anti-air in Rhineland, Saarland and Mosselland. Okay. And now, what are we gonna get now? That's the question. Well, reassert eastern claims we've done. Takeover Skoda we've done as well. The next step should honestly be Molotov-Ribbentrop. but I don't think we can get that one anytime soon, can we? That one is timed. No, reassert Eastern Crimes we haven't done. Okay, so that's 7 days. That means it's gonna be done on 22nd of June. And this one we can get after 1st of August. Okay, so that works fine. That works fine. We'll have it on time. Yep, that saved us a bunch of days on the tanks. Yeah, light vehicles as well. This is looking exceedingly great. Trucks, 792 extra. That tells me that I might be able to get another motorized division here. How many trucks do you need? Trucks, 670. Do it. You're missing just the light vehicles. And they're gonna be there when you need them. So let's keep you there. Amazing. Amazing job. Things are looking really, really well. So as an closing to this episode, we can look here and investigate if we want to do something with our templates. Now, one thing that I tend to do is think about improving artillery. So this would return light artillery and require medium artillery. And considering we would need 348, we don't have enough for that. Okay, that is fine. That is fair. What about the headquarters detachment? Would this just increase initiative and organization? Not worth it. Not worth it. And signals detachment, we know we don't want here. So the panzer divisions, what can you guys get? Okay, I noticed that they removed the command tanks. That's kind of interesting and weird at the same time. I kind of like that. Heavy anti-air, support anti-air. We could add support anti-tank, which would increase hard attack and piercing a bit, but I don't think at this point it is worth it. We would have anti-tanks, wouldn't we? Yeah, but I don't think it's worth it. So motorized divisions, you are doing really good. Combat engineers would help though, greatly. They help with attack and everything. And I'd also like to see you maybe have that signals detachment. Actually boost your organization, dramatically increase soft attack, initiative, help you reinforce defense with greater increase, and also breakthrough. So if we added these two, what would that require? Transport trucks we can provide, infantry equipment and field uniforms we can provide, light vehicles, radio equipment, and support equipment. Okay, you got it, guys. You got it. You're gonna be our aces anyway. What about the Marines? And you got everything you need right now, don't you? Because everything else would just be a blunder. I mean, signal might help, but I don't think that's a good idea. Logistics won't help. You are pretty much okay. I like it how you are, even if I would eventually like to do probably this, and maybe this, because that would work well, but we cannot do it due to the Special Forces limit. So we get the reassert Eastern claims. I'm gonna look at it very soon, but I'm thinking if there's anything else that we want here. Actually, have I checked the Quebec's army? Because we got one here. That is exceedingly amazing, and it's this one. Gebirgsjägerdivision 2. So if I wanted to switch the 3rd Gebirgsdivision to that one, could we? No, because that would increase the cap. Okay, but we have to do that eventually. Now let's see what we can do next. Oh, we can already do the Molotov-Ribbentrop? One of the following must be true. Oh, we need at least 1.24 million manpower in the field or after 1st of August. Okay. Well, we got that. We got 1.3 million guys in the field and training additional 140,000 people. So let's get at the Molotov-Ribbentrop. What about the eastern claims though? The Great War saw the loss of much German territory in the east with the resurrection of Poland and the transfer of Naval to Lithuania. An ultimatum shall be sent to both nations, but Poland, at least, will likely not bow to mere words. So we might get Naval out of this one, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm gonna end this episode. Oh, we can get another Totenkopfstandarte. So let's get those guys. Put them to where they belong. It's another simple division for the Waffen-SS. And I want to check that we can... Yeah, we can add the radio to all of our HQ divisions. So let's do that, and we still need a bunch for the trucks. And we're gonna do that. I think by the next episode we're gonna have enough radios, but we need to finish researching the truck radios, which I think we might not even be researching at this point. We're going with excavation. Improved worker safety is going to be done soon. That's great. That's factory repair. Anti-air defense initiative. That's going to improve speed. Infantry command. This one gives us... this one gives us bonus to infantry. Amazing. Fighter ace initiative. Mobile warfare. Damn, we're going to be so doctrinated. We're almost going to be indoctrinated. Another upgrade to the fighter signal company 2 is gonna come. Yeah, I don't have it. I don't have the truck radios. I know I spoke about it many times, but we're probably not gonna manage before the start of the war. Not the recon radios, to be quite honest. But I guess we'll get them. And what is improved tank radios? Oh, that actually gives us... that gives us radios. Level 2 in the tanks themselves. So defense... Breakthrough is increased. Heart attack. Wow, this is really good. That is really good. Computing machine. Well, there's a ton of things that we might want to get that we're not getting at this point and that we will need to do before then. So the promotion's gonna come in the next episode. I'll probably do some of the motorizations as well. The west wall needs to be done. Promises of peace. Stability is high enough. Improve Swedish relations is gonna be good, but that one we need to first let them initiate. They need to get the export based economy. Yeah, generally speaking, we are doing great. The plans are ready. Poland will fall. Yeah, not much else to say. Oh, before I forget, last check, Kriegsmarine, nothing, and Air Force. Yep, our fighters seem spot on. SCOSA support is going. You guys are completely equipped. You guys are completely equipped. You guys still have 40 Heinkels, but that's not that bad. You are 100% the BF-109Ds. That is great. You are 100% the BF-109Es. And you are 100% BF-9Es. That is great. And you? You are mixed E's and C's. That tells me that at this point I can definitely deploy another fighter group. And we might even have some of the... yeah, we got a couple of these in reserve. Let's just deploy 100 of these and have them train. The AI is gonna take care of it. Okay, thank you very much for joining me. I think we're doing great. We're missing just the white vehicles, but that's gonna be taken care of in a month. Tanks in a month, and then not much else is there. And hey, we got the bombers, and we might even do another airing of the medium bombers. Damn. Okay, things are starting to look really up for us. Tons of cavalry equipment, mortars, infantry guns, heavy artillery. Yeah, we are packing. The army is going to have a ball with Poland. So, join me next time. As I said, probably like 3 times already.